All right, let's talk about one of the most amazing pieces of machinery you own, your shoulder. It's what lets you throw a ball, reach for the top shelf, you name it. But there's a secret to how it works, a part of the story that most people miss. And trust me, knowing that secret is the key to keeping it working right.
So, here's the big question, the paradox of the shoulder. It can move in pretty much any direction, right? More than any other joint in your body. But that exact same freedom makes it super unstable and way more likely to get injured. So what's the deal with that trade-off?
You see, the answer isn't where you think. It's not really about the shoulder joint itself. Nope. The real key is its hidden foundation, this other crucial part that gives it a stable base to work from. It's a component that, honestly, most of us never even think about.
To really get what's going on, you've got to meet the team. Don't think of your shoulder as just one thing. Think of it as a high-performance crew where every player has a critical job.
Okay, so first up, you've got the shoulder joint proper. It's a classic ball and socket setup. The ball is just the top of your upper arm bone, and the socket is this kind of shallow cup on your shoulder blade. That simple design is what gives you that incredible, almost 360-degree range of motion.
And this right here really lays it all out. The shoulder joint, that ball and socket, gets all the credit. It's the star player, the one making the flashy moves. But the real unsung hero, the MVP of the whole operation, is the scapula, your shoulder blade. That's the foundation. Every single move your arm makes starts right there.
And this quote is everything. Just let that sink in for a second. Most shoulder movement begins with the scapula. Before you even start to lift your arm, your shoulder blade is already moving, gliding, and rotating to put that socket in the perfect spot. That's what sets your arm up for a powerful, free movement. It means a healthy shoulder is impossible without a healthy, well-moving scapula. Period.
But of course, with a system this complex, things can definitely go wrong. So let's dive into some of the most common glitches you'll find in the shoulder.
I'm sure you've heard of the rotator cuff, but it's not just one thing. It's actually a group of 4 different muscles and their tendons, and they all wrap around the joint like a cuff. Their whole job, 24/7, is to keep the ball of your arm bone snug inside that shallow socket. And as you can imagine, they are always under a ton of pressure.
And all that pressure can lead to some pretty common problems. You can get tendinitis, which is just inflammation from doing the same motion over and over, like painting a ceiling. Then there's impingement. That's when a tendon literally gets pinched when you lift your arm overhead. Ouch. And of course there are tears, where a tendon rips either a little or all the way through, from one bad fall or just from years of use. All right, next on the list is a condition that sounds exactly as miserable as it feels, frozen shoulder. It's basically a total jam of the joint. It's painful, it's frustrating, and your movement becomes incredibly limited.
So what's actually going on here? Well, the capsule of tissue that surrounds the entire joint gets all thick, stiff, and angry. It tightens up, and that's what locks everything down, causing a ton of pain and making it feel, frozen. This one can take a long time to get better.
Now we're getting to the absolute heart of the issue, scapular dyskinesias. I know, it's a mouthful, but it's all about our unsung hero, the scapula. Some people even call it the sick shoulder blade, which is a pretty good description.
To put it simply, scapular dyskinesis just means your shoulder blade isn't moving the way it's supposed to. It's not providing that stable base. And when the foundation is shaky, the whole building's in trouble, right? That's why this is so often the real root cause of those rotator cuff problems we were just talking about. The whole system gets thrown out of whack.
And there are a few other common glitches to watch out for. A dislocation is pretty much what it sounds like. That ball painfully pops right out of the socket. You can also get bursitis, where the little fluid-filled cushions in the joint get inflamed and swell up. And then there's old-fashioned arthritis, where the smooth cartilage wears away and you start getting that painful bone-on-bone grinding.
Okay, enough doom and gloom. The great news is there's a lot we can do about this stuff. It's time to crack open the user manual for your shoulder and talk about some good old-fashioned maintenance and care.
Look, if the scapula is the foundation for your shoulder, then your posture is the foundation for your scapula. It's that simple. When you slouch, you're rounding your shoulders forward and putting your shoulder blade in a completely messed up position. That increases the risk for pretty much every single problem we've talked about. Standing and sitting up straight,
That's step 1. The next steps are pretty straightforward. Always warm up before you get active. Make sure you're strengthening not just your shoulder, but all those important muscles around your scapula too. When you lift something heavy, use your legs. Don't try to be a hero with your back and arms. And finally, if your job or hobby involves the same motion again and again, take breaks. Don't just grind through it.
And, your lifestyle choices make a huge difference. Yeah, a healthy weight and good diet are great for your joints overall, but look at the biggest piece of the pie here. Don't ignore pain. Seriously. Pushing through pain is the absolute fastest way to turn a tiny little problem into a complete system breakdown. Listen to your body.
Okay, but let's be real. While taking care of yourself is key, there are definite times when you need to stop what you're doing and call a professional. These are the red flags you just can't ignore. If you have any of these things going on, it's time to get it checked out. This isn't something you walk off. We're talking intense, can't think straight pain. Not being able to move your arm at all, seeing an obvious bulge or deformity, or things like numbness down your arm, or signs of infection like fever and redness. These are all clear signals to see a doctor right away.
So, as we wrap this up, let's bring it all back to the main point. You just can't think about the shoulder without thinking about the scapula. The star player is absolutely nothing without its unsung hero providing that solid, reliable platform to work from. They're a team, always.
And that really leaves us with one last question to think about. Your shoulders give you this amazing freedom to interact with the world around you. So, are you giving them the support they actually need to do their job? Are you paying attention to the whole team? Thanks for joining me on The Explainer.